So even if people are standing in a queue behind you, you can feel energy talking to you.
So when you're feeling inferior, you're shrinking your size. So the feelings are going inward. So when your feelings are going inward, your aura size will also decrease.
Like chakras, aura also significant to some colors, or it is no color? हेलो एवरीवन, आप सबने सुना होगा ऑरा के बारे में, डिस्कशन किया होगा कि मेरे को इस आदमी के साथ रह के अच्छा लगता है, इनकी बड़ी पॉजिटिव ऑरा है, पॉजिटिव वाइब्स आती हैं. सो ऑरा और कुछ नहीं, एक टाइप ऑफ एनर्जी है. हमारे साथ रिचा थी हमारी एक्सपर्ट, आई थिंक पहले या सेकेंड एपिसोड में उन्होंने बताया एक आउटर एनर्जी सर्कल बनता है आपकी बॉडी के इर्द गिर्द, जिसको और कुछ नहीं बट ऑरा कहते हैं. सो आज हमारे साथ रिचा हैं जो हमें ऑरा के बारे में और बताएंगी. हम उनसे क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे और आपके लिए एक सरप्राइज़ भी है. हमारे साथ एक नए गेस्ट जुड़ी हैं एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट हर टू इंट्रोड्यूस हरसेल्फ एंड लेट अस नो who she is, where does she come from and what does she do.
Hello, my name is Tjarda van Sliedrecht. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a psychologist and I have my own practice, and I work with individuals who are suffering from depression, stress, having domestic problems at home. I work with couples, I work with families, any kind of relationship. People can also join to come together or with more people. And what I do is I try to read their patterns and work with individuals on their patterns where they really suffer from. So
Thank you so much for that introduction. I think everybody would love to have you on the show and understand your perspective too on the questions that we would have today that our audience have asked us. So welcome back, Richa.
Thank you.
So I tried to give the context as to what we are trying to cover in the show today, and I, with my limited knowledge, explain them what aura is. But as you both are experts, can you tell our audience what exactly is aura?
तो अगर हम ऑरा को बहुत इजी और सिंपल लैंग्वेज में समझना चाहते हैं, हमने सबने मैग्नेट देखा है. मैग्नेट में एक साउथ पोल होता है, एक नॉर्थ पोल होता है, और वो जब आप उसको इधर रखेंगे तो थोड़ी दूरी तक भी वो कुछ चीज़ों को अट्रैक्ट कर लेता है, यानी वो एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बनाता है. तो हमारी बॉडी में भी जो एनर्जीज है दैट क्रिएट अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट वी आर फीलिंग, व्हाट वी आर थिंकिंग, या हम अपनी बॉडी के एनर्जी सेंटर्स या जो हमारे मिनी ब्रेन्स है, जो मैंने आपको फर्स्ट एपिसोड या सेकंड में बताया था अबाउट आवर चक्रास, वो किस तरह से कोलैबोरेट करके एक दूसरे के साथ एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट करते हैं हमारी लाइफ के सिचुएशंस के हिसाब से. तो एक नॉर्मल कॉमन मैन की ऑरा जो है वो 2.5 से 3, दोनों हाथ अगर आप खोलेंगे, सो इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 2.5 to 3 meters ऑफ एन ऑरा. तो वो जो ऑरा है वो आपकी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है, जैसे एक मैग्नेट की मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है. तो हम भी एक मैग्नेट ही हैं, क्योंकि हमारे अंदर भी वो सभी चीज़ें हैं जो यूनिवर्स में है. तो यूनिवर्स का भी एक नॉर्थ पोल है, एक साउथ पोल है, ऐसे ही हमारा भी है. तो वो जो ऑरा उस एनर्जी के फील्ड को क्रिएट करती है, उसे जो एनर्जी का फील्ड क्रिएट होता है उसे ऑरा कहते हैं.
Thank you. Do you would want to add any perspective?
What is
of
aura?
What is aura?
no, it's just the energy around people, and you can read a lot from it. So even if people are standing in a queue behind you, you can feel energy talking to you. So yeah, I think aura says something a lot about what's going on inside the person.
Okay. So we had talked about chakras, right? And I had this question that I have seen the chakras being depicted as different colors. अभी जब आपने ऑरा के बारे में समझाया, when you explain about aura that it's kind of a magnetic field around you, maybe 2.5 meters both ways from your central body point. So I visualize it as some kind of current or magnetic field which has a color, and that's how it is being depicted in multiple videos that I would have just generally seen. So like chakras, is aura also significant to some colors or it is no color?
It has colors, so all the 7 colors they collaborate to make a white color. जैसे हमारी बॉडी एक प्रिज्म की तरह काम करती है, लेकिन जब आप एक इंडिविजुअल में देखते हैं तो नीचे लाल, ऑरेंज, येलो, है ना, वैसे कलर्स आपकी बॉडी में आते हैं. और जो लोग बहुत एनलाइटन हो जाते हैं उनकी ऑरा वाइट कलर की हो जाती है, क्योंकि वो सभी एनर्जी सेंटर्स में एक क्रिएशन कर देते हैं. जो एक कॉमन मैन की अगर हम ऑरा की बात करें, जैसे अभी भी चारदा ने एक बड़ी अच्छी बात बोली, वो समबडी स्टैंडिंग बिहाइंड यू हैविंग अ कन्वर्सेशन, you can even feel the energy from behind. As an energy alchemist, this part as a healer also, you can feel the energies, and you can also understand without even having a conversation with them what's going on in their body, what is not working, या इसके लाइफ में क्या ब्लॉकेज है. क्योंकि हम एनर्जी को ब्लॉकेज मानते हैं. एनर्जी ब्लॉक नहीं होती है, एनर्जी हमेशा परस्पर चल रही है, फ्लो कर रही है. यानी कोई व्यक्ति अपने किसी ऊर्जा को ज़्यादा यूज़ कर रहा है, मान लेते हैं कि वो एग्रेसिव हो रहा है, तो वो थर्ड एनर्जी सेंटर यानी पावर टू पुश क्रिएट कर रहा है. कोई पुश, मैं जल्दी करूँ, मैं ज़्यादा करूँ, मैं ज़्यादा. अब उसकी ऑरा में उसी की वजह से बाकी और एनर्जी सेंटर्स डैमेज हो रहे हैं. तो क्या होगा कि कलर्स डिफरेंट हो जाएंगे. क्योंकि अगर येलो ज़्यादा हो गया मान लेते हैं, तो बाकी कलर्स तो डिम ही होंगे ना. जैसे आप मान लीजिए कि अगर आप सूर्य में जाएंगे तो क्या आपको सारे कलर्स वैसे ही दिखेंगे जब रोशनी तेज़ होगी? नहीं. तो इसी तरह से हमारी बॉडी में भी जो ऑरा है, वो ऑरा के कलर्स उसी हिसाब से दिखेंगे जिस हिसाब से कोई प्रोमिनेंट उसके ऊपर दबाव डालेगा, तो वो कलर्स वैसे हो जाएंगे. तो जैसे जैसे हम ऑरा स्कैन करते हैं तो उसमें हमें पता चलता है कि किस तरह से एनर्जी सेंटर काम कर रहा है, यानी ये इंसान अपने जीवन में किस चीज़ को किस तरह से यूज़ कर रहा है, उसके हिसाब से उसकी ऑरा कितनी डैमेज है. जैसे आपने भी एक रिपोर्ट देखी, उसमें आप देख रहे हैं कहीं जगह स्पाइक्स आ रहे हैं, ब्रेकेज ऑफ एनर्जी है, तो आपके ऑरा के आउटर लेयर में ब्रेकेज दिखाएगा.
So is it also that as a common person and not knowing much scientifically about aura, what I understand is people say that person has a very positive vibe or an aura because you feel good in his or her company. You love to spend as much as time you could, right? Spend potentially with him or her. So similarly, as you said, somebody standing behind has a negative aura or energy. So such kind of people are known to be, oh, that person was very negative. He was trying to suck energy out of me.
You know, here I would like to add one thing. When you said that, we like to. Sometimes we are so illusionized and mesmerized with the person that still we cannot feel that negative energy. So it's not necessary कि आप किसी के साथ बैठे हैं. It means it's a positive energy only. Sometimes you get mesmerized with the power of what they have. You really like that thing which you wanted to have, that desire in yourself. Maybe you sit with a very powerful person and you want that power the person is holding. So you will get mesmerized and you might like to sit with that person for 10 hours or 12 hours because you want to know the perspective where that person went so rich in their life. But जब हम aura में positivity की बात करते हैं, that you getting attracted, that will be very silent. And here I would like Jharda to share when we met in Egypt, and we was discussing few days back. So I was in Egypt standing, I was recording a video for myself to put it on the social media about the swings and all. And she was having a cup of tea. We were in the same hotel, and she all of a sudden clicked a picture of mine, whereas we were not acquainted at that point. We were in the same hotel. So I was asking her this question, that what attracted you? Because she saw me first, I saw her later. So this is what I'm saying. Unknowingly, when you are attracted to people, that.
I was intrigued by you.
Yeah.
So I saw you, if you were making like a clip for YouTube or whatever. And I was just attracted to you. And I took a picture. And I sent it immediately to my family in the family app. So, I was intrigued, but it was also like unconscious. I mean, it was not like I thought, oh, she is so special. It was not a conscious thing, but I was attracted to you. And it was the start.
Yeah, and you said that I'm not a person who does all this.
No. Who's taking pictures of people
An
and
unknown
send it?
person.
I never do this. I've never taken a picture of someone.
And also sharing it in your family group.
No.
That was very, very different. And then
It's very
after that, our
different.
journey began in a very different way. After 2 days or something.
It was amazing. Yeah.
So how do you, for a normal human being who doesn't understand positive and negative aura, so how does one differentiate? So for example, myself. So am I carrying a positive aura? I know it may change on a daily basis and how I'm feeling. So what I've understood from Richa till now, it's all mostly about feelings. How you're feeling from the heart is how you are creating things around you, for yourself, for your family maybe. So similarly with aura. So how do I, as a person who doesn't understand all this scientifically, as you both know properly, how do I differentiate whether right now am I carrying a positive aura or I'm carrying a negative aura?
Yeah, I would say just live and be happy and do your thing. But if you're becoming angry or really frustrated or stressed, then your aura will change. So, but you can feel this yourself as well. And I would say if you recognize this from yourself, then explore your feelings behind it. Because if you don't, then it will become bigger and stronger and people will feel that too.
And also it creates a lining inside you as a it creates a dark lining inside during your unconscious states. और वो क्या करती है धीरे धीरे it starts sucking energy from you only because देखिए आप ही ने create किया वो lining of dark, तो आपसे खुद की energy को ही वो खींचेगा क्योंकि आपका creation है वो negativity भी आप ही खुद अपनी energy को feed कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आपको थोड़े थोड़े टाइम के बाद ना ऐसा लगेगा something is missing in your life. And many people feel this unconsciously and they start reacting and behaving in a very different way because that energy will ask energy from you and you will start behaving in certain ways. And sometimes also आप अपने आप को देखोगे ही मैं ऐसा क्यों behave कर रहा हूँ, but you will not be able to understand the reason of your own psychology. And that lining, that aura, that like inside you is sucking more energy because dark energy, negative energy, they eat more energies.
Yeah. So dark energy, I don't know much, so I'll not ask. But you talked about being angry and how I'm feeling, and
so that's also a dark energy. So if it's dark and you're constantly on a day-to-day basis getting dark, meaning you're getting more angry, not able to find solutions, feeling more weak, so you're making the energy more dense. So dark is nothing but a dense energy.
yeah. So the next question that comes to my mind was what I was thinking when you were explaining about the dark energies, etc. You talked about being happy to create the positive aura. You talked about person is angry, so negative aura. Usually it is said, because you guys are psychologists also, that fear is very common in human beings. It could be fear of losing a job, fear of not passing exams, fear of losing a relationship, fear of your kids growing up and going away to do their own stuff in life.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how does that fear, because everybody is living with some fear or the other, how does it impact the aura? Or does it even impact?
It impacts very extremely more than you think of.
Yeah.
Because it influences our behavior, so and how we respond to things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I would say that's the main point, the main theme of life of someone, to overcome their fears.
Yeah.
So we all develop fears when we are in childhood,
Yes.
and because of sometimes trauma or whatever situations occurred or negative experiences. And then when we are grown up, we have these fears in our systems, and sometimes it's unconscious, but it creates, it interferes in our lives terribly. So yeah, I think it's very important for people to work on their fears and overcome their fears.
And even we had a session when we were discussing, I think last year or something, because in their country people go through wars and all. The trauma of the war can be carried multiple years. So their aura, even though they are soldiers, they've done good job. But यहाँ पे एक बहुत important, one of the most important thing is understanding that even those imprints of that, like when you're seeing somebody die in front of your eyes, somebody's arm is cut, there's a fear. Even though you're a soldier, you hold that trauma that goes on, carries on for multiple times. So they get people like that also who've gone through so much. Because humans, we're still going to be humans at every touch point in time. So it's of course going to affect our auras. And one thing, like you spoke about fear, today we are having more fears than what we had 10 years back. The fear of over-expressing yourself, trying to make a point so elaborate that the person should not misunderstand you. So the fears are growing more dense into our skins, into our cells, that we can't even understand. What are the fears today?
Yeah. And I think that is again because of the digital age, because you would have read and heard that people are not putting their pictures about their vacations on Facebook or Insta because they love to do it, but because to show the world that we are happy. Right? So my next question is, so people who are angry or depressed inside, but because they don't want to accept it in front of the world, they try and show themselves as happy. When they go out in the world, they show they are happy, right? So this is a conflict. I am not happy inside, but to the world I'm showing I'm happy. So how does this kind of impact or engineer or re-engineer your aura system?
So you can, on the surface level, you can show you're happy, you're successful, whatever, but you can feel it in their auras that there is something.
So are you saying, so for example, I'm showing up that I'm happy.
Yeah.
At that time, is my aura around showing me positive or negative? Internally, I'm struggling. I'm a negative
Of course,
person.
negative, because if you somebody standing near you, they can feel that there's something off about you. You're smiling, you're laughing, you're gelling and doing everything, but the other person can feel, and it is felt in the gut. But the person might not say something to you because they do not want to disrespect you, or be maybe you are somebody important in their life, so maybe वो आपको नाराज नहीं करना चाहते, don't want to anger you, so they will not say, but they can feel it, they can sense it, but there is an interest, so they might not say.
So what is the energy that you're feeling in me right now? Is it positive or negative?
Of course, right now it's positive. I don't know after an hour what
So that means internally also I'm happy. Thank you.
Yeah, you're enjoying the podcast, so that's what it is. And one more thing, like maybe if in the past one question I wanted to, I felt I missed that, which one should understand about the electricity in the body. Yeah. People do not understand we are electrical beings also. So kai baar you're passing through somebody and you all of a sudden feel that jerk, whereas the person is a little bit at distance. So your auras also clash and you feel that. And at times when you are in excess energy, you comb your hair, your hair start charge. So you understand that you are also an energy being, not only just an aura being or a human being. You are also an energy being and an electric being. Yeah. So you discharge ions from your body. तो वो जो ions है वो दूसरे की aura receive कर रही है, तो वो उसको message दे रहे हैं. You're not talking physically. The bodies are, or the auras are not talking physically. They are talking on the ion level which your body is discharging, and my aura is attracting and listening. Oh, he's not good, he's talking, he's lying. Like she said, ki somebody is standing behind, but they can hear and feel through your just your energy, your electricity, that you are exchanging. Your ions are flowing through me, because that's how the universe works. The ions are constantly flowing.
But that's why it can be tiresome to be in a place where there are a lot of people, because you walk along and you feel all those people and all those emotions, and it can be exhausting also.
So that's why you feel like, oh, I want to leave this room, I don't want to stand, it's very exhausting, I'm feeling a dip, I don't know, I don't feel good. Those are all telling you, your aura is reading that it's too much high negative energy, and your body will drain, because they are sucking the energy from you, and your positive energy is getting discharged in that. So क्योंकि उनको वो energy चाहिए, whatever is there in the room, they will pull the negative. So at that point you will feel to leave that room.
So this brings me to a very interesting question. You spoke about and you explained that aura is about 2.5 meters away, right? That is the circle that it creates around a person. But I have also heard people saying the size of the aura increases or decreases. Is that true, or it's always 2.5 meters?
It's true. See, when you're losing energy, and today with the social media, most of the people have a small size aura. Because you are getting so not only mesmerized with what you're seeing, but also, like I said in one of the sessions, that you feel somewhere that you are not good enough. So that is again a feeling which is also recharging your electric current. Yep. And you are feeling somewhere not good about yourself. You always feel not good about yourself because you are feeling inferior around everybody. So when you're feeling inferior, you're shrinking your size. So the feelings are going inward. So when your feelings are going inward, your aura size will also decrease. When you expand, your aura will increase. So
but,
it's
okay. So maximum like, would be what, 2.5 meters?
It's a healthy size. But people who are yogis, they can expand it to. You don't.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, whatever they want.
Okay.
So their aura can even travel, like where they in the energy space can also travel from one to the other. So they have a long distance energy. So it's not just a short energy. And if somebody is really having a good energy, somebody who's speaking about, मतलब जैसे भागवत करते हैं and all. So if you look at their aura, it can be 10 meters, 20 meters also, even in a.
Okay. So the next question would be, what are the elements or bases on which a person's aura depends, and can a person change his aura, right? If he, maybe as you said about trauma. So I, for example, was till I was age 30, I was a very happy person, very positive aura. People loved to be with me. But then there was some trauma that happened. I turned to be very fearful, negative, and my aura became negative. And now I'm not able to attract as many. Not that I want to, but I feel that people are not happy talking to me. So can I now get back to that same position where I can have a positive aura around me? And how do I do that?
Yeah, I think this is really a very good question, because I think you can explore your feelings at that moment and really heal it. And if you repress it all the time, then the blockage will still stay there and it will influence your aura all the time. But if you heal this, the feelings you had at that time during your trauma, then you can heal yourself and your aura will change. So my work as a psychologist is mainly this, working with situations in persons' lives which they didn't, how you say it?
Didn't complete it.
Didn't
So
complete it,
it's
didn't heal it.
unprocessed.
Yeah, so that they, most people, if they have a situation which is not nice or a negative experience, they repress their feelings.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem, because then you get blockages in your aura, in your chakra system, and that influences everything. So if you work on that and heal those and explore your feelings at the times where you had traumas, then you can heal yourself and your aura will change.
Yeah. Here I would like to add one thing, is when you go into that time, go into that point where you had that experience of your trauma. And sometimes those traumas are such that we don't want to talk about it, but at least you can talk to yourself about it, that at that point, because your age was also such, so many times our mindset is not that which is ready to process. But after that, you've gone through a long journey in your life. So you can always ask and see how learned you are now, which you were not there. If today or at your age, that situation would have occurred, how would you have handled that situation? That helps you understand that you have become more intelligent, you've become wiser. So that trauma occurred because you could not handle certain things. See, trauma is nothing but a non-handling of emotions or certain words given to us by other people. So when you're able to process that in today's time, what happens is, why the trauma continues is because we still feel that we are stupid. But when you ask yourself this question from here, you see yourself as learned. Now when you're seeing yourself, you don't find yourself stupid, because what you're left is still feeling that stupidity inside you. आज जब आप अपने आप को एक position पे देखते हो that you've understood, you've dealt with it more smartly, but if you look at that point in time, you didn't feel that. But that feeling is still continuing today. So if you are able to disconnect with that feeling and see yourself, because now you're giving it a new reality, ki look, I have dealt with it and I have conquered it. So that will automatically release from your system and your aura will again blossom.
Got it. So basically let go and heal it
Let
to an
flow.
extent.
Let flow, like water, even though it's water, has the power to heal. It has to flow. If the moment it gets stagnated, like our feelings, it starts smelling. So we also, if we hold on to that negative emotion, we are just discharging ourselves more.
So thank you so much for this session. It was very, very informative as always, very knowledgeable, and we had 2 knowledgeable guests today instead of 1 that we have all the time in Richa. So I think we got a new fresh perspective, and do let us know in the comments, how did you feel about having this setup today, having 2 guests, 1 from India and 1 from Netherlands, and we will definitely want you to join us in future if possible. If at all we can do it, get your time, we will do it on video probably, and let's see how our guests have enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.